Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Learn to Paint. I'm Corey Kerr and been drawing for a few years and animating for a few years, but I don't know how to paint. So I do a lot of inking and stuff, and this one's going to be, I'm going to try to go fast and do a little bit of impressionistic. I'm actually touching up or using this illustration that I did a few years ago as a guide or a sketch or something, I guess. But I'm going to come in and just going to play with that. So I'm going to add a little black layer here, and let's jump in and let's do hue to give us, where are we at? Okay, that gives us kind of that black and white. What I'm doing is I'm trying to stay away from line work, which I'm pretty comfortable with. So you're gonna see me try to paint. I'm gonna go for like a really loose impressionistic style. I want to get this one done in 20 to 30 minutes because I saunaed tonight and it was awesome. And also, I am exhausted. And I gotta tell you, I think dedication might be somehow kind of measured in the idea of you get in the sauna, you have a great sauna, you're super relaxed. Just for a minute, you lay down in bed, and then you think, "I'll just get up in a minute, and I'll do my daily painting." And you lay there for like an hour. Anyway, I'm here and I am painting, which I find impressive. So, yeah, if at any point in time you're like, I don't know about this, um, you can not do it if you want. I was pretty close to not wanting to do it tonight, but that's also why this is going to be a little bit of a shorter one. So, all right, I've got my. I'm gonna use this color palette that I already kind of decided on. So this is mainly going to be kind of like a texturing thing. I don't know if I want to go this. I don't know if I want to go this dark. I kind of want it a little bit brighter. How's that? Yeah, that's probably a little bit better. Okay. I'm gonna stop mixing color, and I'm gonna start. Let's go here, and let's rough out the skull again. I have this big kind of chunky brush that I'm using called a Rusty Dagger, and I might even come in and do some impasto as well. But I'm going to try not to switch too much with those, and so I'm going for more of like that kind of like chunky, quick, impressionistic style because I have a tendency to kind of just noodle quite a bit. And so let's see if I can pull off kind of a fast. You know what I might do is make this brush bigger. I don't know why. Yeah, so let's come in around here, and I'm going to carve some of this out. But let's just get this going first. And we shall see. I'm really not comfortable with or familiar with doing things. Man, this trying to get the angle of this brush when it's huge. Good is not great. When there's not like a lot of line work, and so like last night I was like, I don't know, man, and I just flatted some stuff. So I'm gonna see if I can get this to be a little bit better of a sketch. So can I? I'm gonna make a copy of this. Oh, it's already. That's fine. Let's dip that, and I'm gonna do. hue levels adjustment, and I want to kind of like knock everything out. And then let's come in and do hue saturation. And I kind of just want to make this like a really light guide. So let's take this and put it here and do this. Let me rasterize this. Rasterize layer. Right, there we go. Okay, and let's black and white it. Let's multiply it. Okay, all right. Cool. Okay, so let's go back here. And I need this to be above. Let's do some quick darks here. One of the things that I love about certain artists that paint is like there's like a boldness or a I don't know, there's some real impressive stuff with just like coming in really loosely and not, I don't know, there's something to like not super committing. I'm coloring the wrong freaking layer. To a just not being like really committed to detail. Like I love kind of just the impression of it. And I am really terrible at that. So that is one thing that I would like to be a little bit better at is just like roughing out a painting instead of coming in and feeling like I really need to, I don't know, like commit to like this perfectionist kind of mentality. It's like I don't like the dryness of this brush. I kind of want something a little bit wetter. But we're going fast, so we're not going to be picky tonight because I want to go to bed. So I'm going to kind of just try to get this kind of just roughed in. I think I probably need some highlights along the top there. I kind of want something that mixes a little bit. I might go back to the the other brush, but let's kind of get in some of this. Choose a light source. Let's say it's coming from the upper right. So I'm gonna go big here, and I'm just gonna kind of shade in. I really hate this dry brush. Let's yeah, there's some blockiness there, but it's got the texture that I don't like. This is going to take longer than 20 minutes if I don't commit to something. Do I want to do this? Maybe I do. Maybe I do, guys. All right. So I'm just going to, I think I'm going to come in with this kind of more wetter Kyle Webster brush instead of the one I was using. I might hate this so much. I'm really not liking where this is going. Okay. I'm going to pause the skull for a minute. Let's do the TV. Boy, is that even, no, it's just terrible. I just hate everything about it. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I if I can knife in some of this gold, if that makes me hate it less. At this point, I doubt it, but I do kind of like this this concept of like this bleeding gold skeleton in the television. There's something like super creepy about the idea that our media is kind of death-based. Okay, so blue, come down here like this. And little drips. And let's get some reds or rusty oranges kind of involved in there. I'm gonna cut the nose in. Yeah, I don't know if I have the personality to like commit to an impressionistic style. I'm like really struggling with a lot of this, so that's fine. I mean, this is all experiment. What is happening here, Mr. Kerr? What are you thinking? That is ugly there. All right, give me the mixer. Give me it bigger, and you know what? I need a smudge. I need a smudger. Let's go smudge. What do I want? I don't want a pastel. I'm looking for paint. Thumb smudge, paintbox smudge, boilie smudge. Okay. All right, I can work with that. My tendency when I start using like smudging tools is to like everything gets like really drippy and smooth, and I totally lose all like the textural quality of everything. And so I'm gonna try to leave some of this, but I'm really disliking. I don't know. Like I don't want it to look charcoal. I want it to look. A lot of this is just I might be using the wrong. What is this loaded with? Why is that? Huh. You know what? I bet it's painting some of that. There it is. Yep. It was painting in some of my line work. So this brush must sample all layers. Let's come in and just kind of I don't know. We'll see. Let's shave a bit of this off here. Oh, this is all over the place. I'll just combine that into one. It's not like I'm losing anything. It's pretty awful at the moment anyway, so let's cut some of this out. Is there not a shortcut for the smudge tool mixer brush? It's just B, right? Give me my oily smudge. Okay. And I want this to drip all the way down. Come up in here. And let's drop in some of this. Give me my... No, that's too big. And give me some of this and some of this. So I want some of this in the nose and on the shadow side. And then give me my oily smudge back. Drip this down. Okay. All right, whatever. Okay. So What do we got? Let's bring this back. Okay, so let's rough in behind the skull our, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this oily smudge and I'm going to put that in my faves for now. Of what? Where are we here? Okay. And add oily smudge. Great. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so now I can quickly grab that. Let's move that up a little bit, and let's move this up a little bit, and we can scroll up there. So Rusty Dagger. Let's grab here, and we're just gonna go right across. Doesn't count if you don't make the noise. Okay, so, and then this is gonna spill over down. We'll see. I'm not gonna do the suit or anything, so you know what? I'm not gonna have to spill over just yet. Let's deal with that problem later. What we're doing once I have. Originally, I wasn't even planning on doing the skull. I was just gonna do thing. So what have we got? Purple back there. I'm not sure if I want to keep that. Let's not right now. So I will deal with that later. Okay, so there's that. All right, let's do some TV action here. So I'm gonna have a basic gray. I do need to get rid of these random marks. And come over here and let's knife in a kind of like basic gray tone. Let's drop the opacity of that down quite a bit. This is basically the same color as the background right now, so it's hard to see that I'm even doing anything, can I? Am I not? Piece of crap. Again, painting on the wrong layer. Okay, this is the layer that I want. This is the layer I'm going to lock so that I don't paint on it anymore. All right. I'm already 18 minutes into this. We're going to go fast, guys. Let's see. Let's see how we do. Okay, I'm trying to go impressionistic here. So I want a little bit of a. That might become a little bit too line-like, and that's a little bit too. Let's smudge in some gray, darker gray values right here. Okay, and then I want some highlights. Give me what am I gonna want? I'm gonna want this, but let's mix it. Let's mix it with this blue. I might want that brighter. Let's just give ourselves a lighter value of this green here. Let's go almost white. Okay, so that'll be our brightest value there. Okay, come back in. Rusty Dagger. And we're going to go with little bits of color in the corners as if that is shiny metal. And then let's go darker in areas as well. Oily smudge. Be big, my friend. Be big and bold, and let's color on the right layer. Oh my gosh. Having a day. Maybe I shouldn't do this when I'm tired. I remember when mixer brushes first came out in Photoshop, and I was like, this is going to change everything. And then I used them for like 2 days, and then I never really got used to them or worked them into my workflow or anything. That was fun. Those were fun times. Okay. I'm just going to pretend like that was on the right layer, even though it wasn't, by cutting and pasting it onto its own layer. Now you go down here and let us surround you with wood paneling. So give me a rusty dagger and give me basic wood and straight across. Well, that's interesting. There we go. Let's go straight up and straight over and hide our colors and come down. Okay, so this is where I trust my roughing things in. I like the look of it when people do that, but man, I can't get myself to want to commit to it, which is kind of interesting. So okay, so we'll come back down and let's go here. We can do here. All right, give me this metal, and we'll go across, and down, and over, and up, and let us shrink this down a little bit, and I'm just gonna knife in some of these little knob bits. To kind of hint at what is here. And we need a little bit more brown behind that. Be brown, there. Okay, so then we want to go, let's put in some dark shadowed edges here, and here, and across, over. I don't know, guys. This might be a failed one. Feeling cute, might delete later. This is terrible. I hate this. Oh, gosh. Man. I don't know. What am I even? What is this even doing? Like, what is this even? What does this even look like? Um, boy. Oh, okay. All right. Let's try. Let's try to salvage this. All right. I'm gonna come in here and let's give ourselves some texture across the wood. Um, I do need something behind that. Let's just go. Let's just add in a blue. Of course. I'm not exaggerating. This might be one of the worst things I've ever done. All right. Yeah, I might abandon this as a completely failed experiment. and, man, let's jump over to my Pinterest account and see if I can possibly salvage any of this by looking at. I'm like not looking at what I'm doing wrong. I'm just not. So, give me saved and let's look here. I've been collecting different things. So, I mean, look at this. Big, splotchy color. Am I just using the wrong brushes? I mean, these have kind of like a raked thing. That's just a straight up square brush. And some raking. I think I might be getting too. I might be going with like brushes that are a little bit too fancy. Because I don't really need much variation. Let me find the ones that I'm kind of looking for here. Like this is definitely a lot of smoothing. And obviously that's oil, but that would be like a wet look. I don't know, man. Maybe I should focus on. Maybe I should focus on landscapes until I figure this out. But I really like some of this stuff. I mean, that's just a round brush. There's not even really much tapering to that. That's probably just a single round brush. I think tomorrow night, when I do this again, I'm going to just use a much simpler shape, single opacity, no color mixing, built into the brush. I mean, there's some texture to that. That's way more basic than the brushes that I'm using. This is the downside to not knowing how to paint traditionally. Is I don't even know what I'm doing wrong. I mean, this is kind of the. I love the impressionistic colors of this boot. I mean, there's some energy in that. That dude's flying as he makes that. Oh, when I learned to ink, I started digitally, and it wasn't great. And now we're into the Yuko Shimizu stuff, which is not what I'm looking for this particular thing. I just love the blockiness. I mean, there's some detail in the eyes. There's some finer edges on the nose. But I mean, for the most part, that is a pretty thick, I mean, like a third of the width of her arm. Oh, man. And then there is Ian McKee, who is just a super bad A master at this type of thing. I mean, there's like no line work there. It's just all large blocks of color with some texture over the top. Man. I mean, everybody focuses on this, right? These backgrounds, those are so good. I mean, just the amount of like control and value contrast. So good. Very subtle, very low value contrast. It gets a little bit brighter as it approaches the edge of this vehicle because this vehicle is dark. So we have this vignette feel. But sometimes he doesn't do machines or robots, and he just does cities or landscapes or whatever. Like, look at this. I mean, this is what I want to try to achieve. Look at this whole building is just a few rectangles stacked on top of each other with one grate and a scene and a couple little things, and then the rest of it is basically a silhouette, like the impression of a silhouette. And then down here there's like the suggestion of some cables near a sign. These birds are just curved shapes. I mean, there's a little gradient that he's kind of painted in there. I mean, that is just the simplicity of what he does to suggest complex machinery and architecture is, I'm so envious of that. Like, I don't know if I can get my brain to think that way. But I want to. And this is line work. I mean, that's a micron or something imitating a micron or drafting pen. It's like a unilateral weight. It's the same weight of line throughout, and then just simple colors underneath. Oh man, guys. I mean, if I look at like the sky here, I mean that's they're just scribbling in large rectangular shapes. Some of this, I wonder if I need to use a brush that is going to add that kind of thick impression where you get some, on the edges, you get some shadow and highlights as if the paint's being kind of squeezed to the side, pushed from the center. I don't know, man. I don't know. Look at this. I mean, you could count the number of brush strokes that are suggesting that water is just masterfully simple. Simple is so hard to do. I think that's why I'm drawn to trying to figure this out is because I naturally make things so complex. Well, I don't know, man. Maybe I just need to do like a spoon. I don't know why I'm trying to recreate one of my more complex skull with melting gold in its eyes dripping over a floating TV. And this chick doesn't even have a face. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Tonight, I might call tonight a total failure. Total experimental failure. I mean, that's a landscape, but it's abstract enough that it could be anything. But you still get the suggestion of the clouds in the sky and the kind of tree line or water and the bushes and whatnot. Like this, at first glance, seems like there's like inking and line work, and there's not. It's just all brush strokes. That is just a square brush. Mostly. There's some of that that's round. But if you had one thin, tapering, rounded brush and one square brush that maybe had some pressure sensitivity on the size of it, get this whole thing. Yeah, I mean, look at this. That increases in size. There's a little bit of tilt on the rotation of the brush stamp as well. I don't know. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Let's get in here and let's look for painterly brushes. Heavy texture. No. Do I want wet? Watercolor, bristle, color dynamics, natural flat. And now I'm just going to be scrappy. This is worth it. Kind of like that scrappy though. Okay. Some interesting stuff on the edges. Part of the problem is I might just be talking too much while I'm doing this. But I don't mind the energy if I'm just going a little bit faster and trying to. I need some highlights here. Give me. Gotta get rid of this. Let's do a little. Like a little bit of that, but not that much. Can I go? Give me this edge. Give me some of that. There we go. I mean, that could be something. It's not terrible. I think I just maybe when I want to do this style, I just need to go faster. Okay, let's mix some gold and blue here. And what do we get? A little bit of that brown. I'm gonna come in on top of that blue, but under everything else, just to give us some of those opposite colors. What's going on? Did I do something stupid? I did. Get rid of that. Go away. You just go away. Piece of garbage. And then come back here. Give me some of that, and I'm gonna come in and give me some of this just at the top here to kind of give us some kind of interesting background. I think I am going to go more blue. But I do like the orange surrounding the green because of the value contrast. Okay, let's go back to our main layer here. And I want some darker colors. Okay, I don't hate this as much. Let's I kind of like this brush quite a bit, so I might save this one to I like the white there. Okay, we're gonna fix that in a minute. Where are we at? It's right here, right here. Give me, oh, I want to go behind the skull. That'll be fine. give me that brush back. And let's go to faves. And let's create, what is this one called? Of course not, I'm not going to be able to find it. Stupid smudge, piece of crap. What is it? What is this brush? You're not going to tell me. Where are we? Why didn't I look at it before? Okay, Scrappy Smid. Okay. So give me faves and add. And Scrappy Smid. Something like that. Okay. All right. So now we got that. Let's go bigger. Let's give ourselves, what do we want to do? Let's do a very simple, we are mostly cool on the outside. I'm going to go a little bit. Let's put this behind everything. What do I want? Do I want this to be water? I kind of do. Let's just... Use these stupid colors. Yeah. How are we doing on value contrast here? Come to the top, my friend. Give me some of this white. I just want a little bit of separation from the TV. That's all right. And I think I'm going to knock back kind of want the skull to show up a little bit more than the border of the TV. So let's lightly knock the value of this back a little bit. I'm going to push this a little bit more. Do I want to mix in a yellow? I might just add I'm gonna, since that's green, I'm gonna go a little red, washed out. Nope, hate that. Let's go super saturated. And just give myself like a, just right along the highlights. I don't really want to give this skull like expression. That last one looked like a little bit like the eyebrows, kind of touching. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. So yeah, let's experiment failed. Move on. That's fine. Yeah, I think I might. I might try. That's not really showing up in the live stream. There's some nuance to the sky that isn't really there in the stream. I do kind of want to fix. Kind of want to fix this a little bit. Just like knock that back a little bit, and maybe just give myself a little bit of an edge that's slightly more defined. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. All right. I'm just going to mess it up at this point. So let's rough in a couple of shiny bits and get rid of some of this brown. That's kind of showing through there a little bit. One thing I hate about these brushes, I wish they would rotate on rotation and not tilt. It's sometimes very annoying to try to get that. Right angle there. I hate that background. Let's let's experiment. So Command U, and can I shift this to something more interesting? Purple might be interesting. Hate all that. That's not as bad. Maybe let's desaturate that quite a bit. And just a little bit of a blue tone. Okay, and let's cheat it. So we'll come in here with my gradient and let's warm this up quite a bit. Let's see if we can kind of come in and let's go with overlay or screen. Overlay's good. And we'll kind of hit this with some pinks. Let's give ourselves a bit of a glow here. And we'll kind of come in maybe with some purples. And let's do too much. So let's drop down to like 30%. Too much. Let's drop down to 10. That's okay. do I want the... a tad bluer? Let's go back to radial and let's drop in some orange here in the middle. Build it up slightly. And hit me with some green on the edges. Let's go real heavy right at the tip here. What happens with white? Make that a little bit brighter. Yeah. It's going to give us that value contrast that we want. Just some separation. Alright, well, that's fine. Cool. Okay, so that was... first half of that was awful. Okay. Yeah, let's call it. Let's call it good. Go check out my stuff. This is not the best thing I've done. This is fast and stupid.